and Kai Show. I'm Tweak. That's Kai. I pour it, he puffs it, and we predict it. My friend, it is good to see you. It's a shame you are not next to me one way or the other, but nonetheless, we are here and we are ready to turn out some content, and I'm ready to start pouring it. So,
Yeah, well, I'm going to pour it and puff it this week, but it is not
oh,
with an alcoholic beverage. It is with a magical dose kava euphoric seltzer. We're winding down this evening. Tweak is on that Montana rural internet.
yeah, you already know.
Oh,
To be
that's what
fair, it's not the
everybody says
Los
about
Los.
me, but I'm in
Yeah,
Spokane, which is not quite as bad as Great Falls.
no doubt. But hey, we will still make it work. And as long as we sound all right, then that's all that matters, right? You
Yeah,
just need
fuck
to hear
them.
these bets coming, yeah, coming on through. Just hopefully you didn't tune in too much last week, because bets did not go my way, at least. They went your way. So congratulations on you getting your W right there. So,
Just
pardon me.
over
Sorry.
double the money on a plus 142 parlay, I believe. Nothing major, but something that I've learned, Tweak, is if you can double your money, you are winning. So I'm going to try to see if I can continue to double my money throughout the season and see if we can keep a streak alive, which means it's going to be pretty safe bets, but we're going to always come in right around doubling your money.
Yeah. And I'll work on doing more than doubling and continuing to
Make your bank
be
accounts great again.
exact. Yeah. Oh, what a classic line. And speaking of classic line, telling you, do you got anything lined up there yet at all?
No.
Nope, not at
No,
all.
but
No, it's
we
all good.
are I'm gonna just put my best foot forward. I don't care who they want to send. We all know the rule. They can send anyone they want, just don't send anyone they want back. I'm just gonna be ready. I'm tired of waiting. I know that it's coming sooner. Well, it'll come whenever it comes, and the best that I can do is just get back into hard training because I'm always training. I'm always in shape. My cardio is always there, but there is a difference between fight camp and non-fight camp. So we are officially gearing up for a fight that we know nothing about. So let's get it started. Let's get the party started, or whatever the Tweak song is. But
Oh yeah. Got
yeah,
what a classic song.
you know me. I'll always be ready for whatever task. I was ready on 8 days' notice for the little mouthy Tony Soto, but he didn't want to fight, and now I'm stuck here waiting on my next. So hopefully we have an announcement soon. But from here on out, I'm just training, podcasting, and making some degeneracy turned money. I guess.
There you go.
Is that the phrase that we're gonna use?
Yeah. Some degenerate dough.
Some degenerate dough. Oh, I love it. I love it. So, shoot. Where were we gonna go? I got so
We're
off
gonna
topic
go
talking
and
about
check
my fight.
out this official hat because the bucket hat is back, baby. Well, I'm telling you what, the last bucket hat I had, I tried getting a print on there, and it just didn't quite work out. I appreciate everyone who tried helping me out and for trying and get that done. It didn't quite get done. But instead of sitting around and moping and saying, woe is me, we adapt, we accolade, and we come anew. So I'm telling you what, I'm just absolutely love this bucket hat right now, and the way the logo looks, super clean as well. I right now I'm just drawing a blank. I think I just pulled up a random online site, made it.
Well, once we drop King Kai World, we're gonna have to get some 3P get some 3P merch up there, and the bucket hat will be on there.
Exactly. Cannot wait.
And down. We're really making sure we
And
go
down.
down.
Yes, we go down. Down, down, down. Yeah. Don't want to be doing that. Exactly. And speaking of always good, telling you what, at least the straight up picks, I'm still positive. Can't argue that. I have to check and see how I'm doing in this little league of mine. This is the first year we've done like something that's actually online, not just like we're documenting it through paperwork. We send the picks into a person and then they calculate it out. Like we actually did it through an app. And I'd want to say I'm at least top four right now. I think I lost the tiebreaker, unfortunately, this past week. So I don't know. I'm going to say I think I'm like third or fourth right now. And according to the standings, okay, we're in third, and we are down down from first place by 2 points, down from second place by 1 point. So there is a pretty much 3 point, and if you really want to consider it, like 5, 6 points from like first through seven right now. So it looked like everyone picked Buffalo to win this week, so there's no gaining edge there. But I'm liking that little app. It's pretty simplistic. You can actually just make the pick and save it. You don't have to pick all your picks when it's Thursday game, right? You can actually pick them last second and save them, and you can swap them too in case you fat thumb it, like some people tell you that. So
you can swap your picks. That's a little sketchy.
Well, you can't just do it all before the game. You can always swap and save changes and all that stuff. Obviously, you can't do it in the middle of the game. Like that doesn't work like that. But nonetheless, I think with that said, let's just go ahead and slide into the old Sunday slate. Here it is, Tweaks Sunday slate. Starting off, of course, obviously, I got ping, the Hawks pinged for all the notifications. So even though they're starting out in the afternoon, that's the first game I got right here. Saints at the Seahawks. You'd hope it's the Seahawks. Especially with how that defense has been playing last couple games, and especially against the Saints team that's not doing too well, starting off 0-2. This is
0-3. What are the statistics of an NFL team going 0-3 losses in a row to start the season? I'm actually gonna look that up.
Yeah, Dakota, can you look that up real quick?
Dakota, can you look that up?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up.
Well, it's happened plenty full of times, unfortunately. But I'd say a lot of this too is that this is the Saints' first road game, and I'm telling you, a pretty tough environment to play in. Yeah, so I definitely got the Hawks on that one. Kind of outside of like picking who's going to win, I'm kind of staying away from that game. Although there is a line I do like in that one, but I'm going to stay away from that one. Next one, we got spit going down the wrong tube. My apologies. Let's find that oxygen down in there. We have the Bengals at the Vikings, and I'm telling you, it's the battle of the backups because with J.J. McCarthy out, and obviously with Joe Burrow out as well. I'm telling you, even though Minnesota's favored -2.5, Guy golly, I kind of like an upset here. I like the Bengals. I know defense is going to be pretty tough from at least from the Vikings perspective, and I know they're home, but Jake Browning isn't too shabby of a backup, at least in that system too. Like he's done pretty well, and they still have offensive weapons too. So could be a pretty close one, but I wouldn't be surprised Bengals squeak this one out. So I'm going to go with the Bengals on that one. Next one, I got the Steelers at the Patriots. I'm telling you what, I think the Steelers still get this W. This could be another crazy close one, despite Steelers being on the road. And I know the Patriots are coming fresh off a W against a division rival. They do have a couple people returning on the defense, but I still think Steelers end up getting this one done. So,
yep, we have 2 comments.
There we go.
What up, bros? And thoughts on Denver? I know it's early. I know you're probably going to be getting to that, but I like to try to reply to comments as best we can. So.
No, absolutely, and that's I'm telling you what though, that's going to just be a great game, a division rivalry game. Can't argue that. And I know, unfortunately, probably not the greatest of starts for Denver. Still 1-1. Kind of a crazy game last week. And honestly, I thought I had Denver covering that spread and winning the game outright as well. They could bounce back pretty well. I know they're on the road, but obviously they're not going to be up at high elevation. They're kind of down low. But the Chargers are looking pretty well, too. I'll get to that game just in a sec as to who I'm going to pick. Next one, speaking of division rival, we got the Colts at the Titans. I'm telling you what, I guess I got to go with the Colts. Got to go with the hot hand. Indiana Jones is making a revival of sorts. Now, I know the Titans defense isn't too shabby, honestly. Like, they've been doing okay, holding their own. I know last week was kind of a little different, but that's what Matt Stafford and the Rams can't really argue that. It looks like Matthew Stafford is healthier than he is not healthy, so probably explains why they end up putting up like 30 points on him. But I'm telling you what, I guess you got to go with the high end, going with the Colts over the Titans on that one. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a super close game. And I know this sounds all cliche with all the other games I've been talking about, but really, like, outside of a couple games, there's going to be probably a lot of like super close games in my observing opinion on that. Next one, what do you know? Another division rivalry game, and also sticking with the AFC South, we got Texans at the Jaguars, and I'm telling you what, I gotta go with the Jaguars. Yeah, the Texans look kind of weird on Monday night, and there's a lot of people that picked them to end up beating the Bucs there. I tell you, their defense is not too shabby. They've improved, and I think I want to say they're mostly healthy, so I wouldn't be surprised if they get the Jags fits. But it's the Texans' offense. They haven't been looking that well. It seems like a lot of analysis it seems like their rush game is kind of non-existent. I know Chubb ripped that 21-yarder there near the end of the game, but outside of that, it wasn't looking that well. And it's kind of hard to get your offense going if you don't establish a run game. So give me the Jags on that one. Next one, what do you know? Another division rivalry game. Got the Falcons at the Panthers. I'm going to go with the Falcons on that one. The Panthers have yet to kind of prove anything in the sense of them making it super close. I know, and they're battling like quite a few injuries. I want to say there's a lot of offensive linemen end up being injured right now for them, and the Falcons defense was kind of showing up, especially in that last game too last week. And so I think it's enough to get it done. Atlanta gets that one taken care of. Now, here is a fantastic game to start off the morning. We got the Rams at the Eagles. Now, I'm telling you, I think we got possibly another upset alert with the Rams. Now, I know the last few times the Rams and the Eagles have played each other, people really like the Rams, but the Eagles kind of find a way to figure it out. But I think the last couple of times, I don't know if that defense was as stout as it was as of now, despite it being a little bit young. And then with the Eagles, their offense, it's okay, but it's not as good as it should be, for sure. I know they say they got Saquon, they got weapons, but like as the unit running their offense, you feel like they should have put up like way more points.
Is Saquon these nuts?
Oh, got him. I wouldn't be surprised if Saquon has a great game, but
right.
I wouldn't be surprised if Rams end up
ramming,
stealing this one and all.
Yeah.
But well, exactly. But the last time, every time the Eagles have faced the Rams under Nick Sirianni, they are 3-0, and every time they've covered the spread, at least that I know of off the top of my head. So they haven't lost to them any less than 3 points, and it's set at 3.5 right now, which it's a very flirtatious number, no doubt. But for some reason, give me the Rams on that one. Jets at the Bucs. That's going to be a pretty interesting one as well, given the fact that Justin Fields still recovering from his concussion, but you have a good veteran with Tyrod Taylor, which, it seems like a likable QB. Obviously he's a backup for a reason, but he's still, does enough to get the job done, and he's still pretty solid. He's not incompetent. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they end up covering the spread against the Bucs, but I'm telling you, I think the Bucs still end up squeaking this one out. So next one, Raiders at Commanders. This one's going to be pretty interesting.
Raiders at Commanders. Let me find it on the bet sheet here. So Raiders Commanders got us. Let's go.
Yeah, Raiders on the road after a tough Monday night loss, so they're on a short week. Washington's recovering from a longer week. However, it's not enough recovery time for Jay Nails to come back.
Mhm.
Again, they have a competent backup QB that could possibly get the job done, but I'm not too sure. I think if anything, I wouldn't be surprised if Washington still ends up winning this one. With sending the Raiders there down to 1-2. Yeah, I'm hoping for Ashton Genty to get some pop going for sure in that offense, but we'll kind of see how that ends up going. Next one, Packers at Browns, pretty simple. I got the Packers. I wouldn't be surprised if this one kind of resembles somewhat closeness, like within a touchdown.
Would you add Green Bay to the parlay? Because they're a minus 430 favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I still would. Yeah, but the fact of the matter is they're battling a couple offensive line injuries.
I'm going to leave them out.
I still think they'll get it done because the Browns offense is, I would say, kind of not clicking as it should be in theory. But obviously, Myles Garrett, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a multi-sack game.
Okay, we'll do it.
In this game. So, but still, I think the Packers end up getting this one. And then, of course, now we have arrived on this list with the Broncos and Chargers. But I'm telling you what, I got to go with the Chargers. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a crazy, close game, division rival as well. But I think with them on the road and with how the Chargers have looked pretty solid as well, and kind of seems like with Denver being on the sluggish start as of right now, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up dropping this one. But again, it depends. Like a lot of great coaches, September isn't their greatest month, and then they end up turning it on. That's what happened with the Broncos last year. Not only did they have a sluggish start, they started 0-2, made the playoffs. So, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow these teams end up meeting up in the playoffs again later on down. But I say for right now, I think the Chargers end up taking this game. Next one, what do you know? Another division rival game. Cardinals at 49ers. I guess
I need the Arizona Cardinals quarterback to just turn it the fuck on. So I don't care if they're underdogs. They just need to turn it the fuck on.
I mean, that's going to be against a stout defense, and that's what happens when you get Robert Saleh back in the room there with the Niners. Right? They've figured it out, even with a couple, star players down or away from free agency and all that. Telling you, I wouldn't be surprised if the Niners end up winning this one. But likewise, obviously, I wouldn't be surprised if Cardinals.
Should this be our? We should try to find one closer bet, not a minus 300 and above, just to make the parlay interesting. That'll get us a little bit more than double our money. Because let
me tell you what. Hold that. Don't save it for this division rivalry game. Let's save it for the next game. And I'm telling you, a couple buddies who are Cowboys fans will absolutely love this one. Cowboys at the Bears. I'm telling you, I got the Cowboys. I mean, sure, they're on the road, but the Chicago isn't, abysmal and cold, and weather won't be that much crazy of a factor. And with the way the Bears have looked, it's, I don't see them end up, winning this game. Sure, they'll probably look good, the first couple drives and all that stuff, but it seems like after that first quarter, they can't really get much going on after that. And I know their defense is a little bit banged up there too. Cowboys defense isn't necessarily the greatest either, but with the way their offense has been looking,
we're at plus 209. So I think that's the one. So I will save it till after your Sunday slate, but I think I got her.
Yeah. And then next game, this is going to be probably a low-key spicier Sunday night football game for sure. Chiefs at the Giants. the battle of 0-2s. Well, in theory, we'd expect Mahomes to be 2-0, and then of course Russ revived a 2-0 too, which really, in theory, at worst case they could have been 1-1 teams facing each other. I know that for a fact. But man, maybe that's what Mahomes needs, is just another little primetime game instead of like mid-afternoon game. I think I got the Chiefs to end up winning this one. But
they're a minus 310 favorite. That's a tough line if you're fucking overthinking it.
Well, exactly. But I mean, I know they are on the road, and they haven't figured out too much with their offense outside of Patrick Mahomes will always figure out any kind of offense. There's no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, at least, it's just I think that it's gotten to a point where they're just hoping Patrick Mahomes figures something out. And I know the offensive side is a little shaky. Giants front line there on the defense is kind of pretty stout. The rest of the defense is, probably not the greatest in of itself, but sometimes as cliche as it sounds, sometimes it's just the battle of the trenches, right? So I think maybe Chiefs get some Sunday Night Football magic. They end up figuring it out and get the
Are they
W.
that bad this year? I haven't caught a game.
Rough start. We'll just say a rough start. They also, they're probably experiencing a little bit of fatigue, consistently making the playoffs, making deep runs of the playoffs, and even going all the way to Super Bowl, right? So, it is a lot of wear and tear. So,
trust me, I get
that
it.
line is, yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, that line all the way at 6.5, man, it's kind of crazy, but I don't know. I think it's going to be a great game nonetheless, but I think the Chiefs end up getting that one. So, once again, we're going to have a recap of Tweak's Sunday slate: Seahawks, Bengals, Steelers, Colts, Jags, Falcons, Rams, Bucks, Commanders, Packers, Chargers, Niners, Cowboys, and Chiefs.
Let's fucking go. Tweak the stat.
Look, I'm telling you right now, if you want to sneak a fourth pick in on that lay just for a simple money line, throw in the Ravens for a Monday night game. Typically, the Ravens against an NFC team is usually a pretty good way to get a W there.
Where's the Ravens at?
The Ravens are on a Monday night game, and they are only a -4.5. The total is 53.5. And their money line
-2.5 on here. -2.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yep.
Here we go. All right. Well, now we have the King Kai parlay of the week. No Kai's card this weekend. But the King Kai parlay of the week, we are going to get the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at -305, the Seattle Seahawks at -380, Dallas Cowboys at -119, and the Baltimore Ravens at -245. This is a +335. I wanted to play it safe and only do the double your money, but being bold is in the Triple P podcast, the Poor Puff Predict, the Tweak and Kai show's nature. So we have a +335. You bet $20. It's going to come in at 66.93. If you bet a fat Benjamin, you got 334.67. So you got options to make some money with the NFL. That's all I got.
Yep.
And scene.
And scene. Yeah, no.
That's really all the bet I have this weekend. I no fighting, no underwater basket weaving.
No competitive cricket across the way. I know. No. Gosh, dang it.
Cricket is the worst sport to bet on. Let me tell you. Tell you.
As a cricket expertise.
Seriously, that's the problem. Maybe if I watched it, we should probably. Is my light dying?
I don't know. Oh. Is it?
Oh yeah, sure.
Dead light. Yeah, but I tell you what though, it's kind of funny. I ended up having a same game parlay recently just hit. Obviously, unfortunately, I wish I could actually would have bet the same game parlay. Unfortunately, Montana Sports Bet here does not do that. Montana in general, I think, does not do same game parlays. So I'll have to figure out a way to probably try and actually put in some same game parlay bets at some point through one way or another. But ironically, our favorite sport, as we all know, WNBA,
WNBA.
yeah, Seattle Storm and Las Vegas Aces playing in their game 3. I had all three hit. I had the Storm covering at +7.5. I had the under hitting on that one, and then I ultimately had the Aces winning,
The
which I
under.
was hope I was well. To be fair, the other playoff game ended up hitting their over. So
Tweak.
I know the Vegas, was it the Aces and the Storm play each other pretty tough because they're relatively close-ish to each other regarding NBA terms and all that stuff. I guess now the Valkyrie a little closer to each of them and all that stuff, which they almost ended up pulling off the upset there, but the second game, and then of course Link swept them and all that stuff. But speaking of upsets, actually, what related to that, the defending champions from last year got swept in the first, or not swept. They ended up losing in the first round, so they're out.
Oh, the
Crazy
crowd
times.
went mild.
The crowd went wild. All 10 fans were hooting and hollering.
Oh,
But
oh boy. I'm not
mhm.
even. Nah.
Well, speaking of playoffs too, we got build up happening right now for baseball. Right now, we're pretty much approaching into the last week and couple days. AL West right now with the old Mariners and Astros, they're facing off in a series right now, and they're tied at top right now. So pretty much whoever wins this series ends up getting the tiebreaker. And so far, actually, Mariners ended up winning that first game by a score of 4-0, which is just poetry in motion. Beautiful. So I think one of the disadvantages with the Mariners is just being way tucked up there in the corner of that U.S. and just all that travel too. Usually, they've had a lot of hot streaks in the middle of the year, and then they end up just dwindling off and just can't seem to put it together. But right now, I think they decided to take a break in the middle of the season, and now really started turning up the Jets. So I think winners of 11 out of the last 12 games, or 12 of the last 13, I think, something like that. Yeah, it'd be crazy to see how that ends up turning out. So
We're gonna have to do it. We can place a bet. We should do a live bet on the World Series for fun. So whenever
oh
that comes around, be sure to remind me.
yeah, no doubt. Well, we did an
And we'll
episode
watch it
during
on
the World
here because
Series.
usually most of these sites have the live game on here, so we can
Do
get her
they?
figure. We can figure it out.
How about you figure it, dude? Yeah. I'm telling you what, sports are sporting, and I'm sure, like even around the corner too, all of soccer's got their playoffs probably coming up momentarily close too.
What do you know
So,
about soccer, Tweak?
nil to none. All I know is go Sounders. If I remember
Wait.
correctly,
Seattle
though,
has a Major League Soccer team,
Seattle Sounders, yes,
bro. We have
three
got to go
time,
to. We got to go to
three time champs.
hockey, baseball, football, and soccer, and do live bets and do a live
Yes,
stream.
and hopefully at some point they bring basketball back. So,
That'd be fun.
hey,
That'd
they
be
also
fun.
have rugby as well.
Cricket.
Sea Wolves, no cricket team.
That's
But
where we draw the fucking line.
yeah,
Oh, that's good.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
should be
a
good
very
stuff.
busy week for us this week. Let's throw it throw it back. Um World Wrestling results.
Yeah. I would say overall an underwhelming performance from the U.S. In theory, like as always, obviously, hold U.S. always holds themselves to the highest of standards and all that stuff. But they still came with some golds from both the men's and women's team. I'd say if anything right now, and I know they still got Greco to finish out too, and Greco's not looking too great, unfortunately. I think overall, as a whole unit with U.S. Greco, it unfortunately just does not have that popularity, and the results unfortunately show from that, which is a shame. But
Mhm. Spencer Lee
uh,
eliminated Jax
yeah,
Forrest, 5th place.
yeah,
Okay. Real Woods bronze. PJ Duke
yeah,
eliminated. David Card 5th.
mm-hmm.
Levi Haynes silver. Okay.
Yep,
Zahid Valencia gold. Trent Hidlay gold. Kyle Snyder gold. Really, we had 3 golds still.
yeah.
Okay. I did
3
not
golds,
realize we
4
had three
finalists,
golds.
and the courtesy bronze medalists, and then 2 other placers.
Kyle
Um,
Snyder. It's not about how you start, it's how you finish, man. And he's
exactly. Oh,
back, baby.
back with the vengeance. I was disappointed with Hendrickson's
Mhm.
finish, but I think a lot of it. I don't know if he ever had a seed or not because this is his first Worlds, and
Mhm.
that's kind of the one of the things with like the U.S. is it they don't do a crazy. Well, I mean they still do a crazy amount of world tournaments and all that stuff, but not enough to get them like their points and seeds, even if they are quote unquote better than some of the field. And I think that's been a lot of the disadvantage that the U.S. has put themselves on is trying to get some kind of seeding of sorts.
Mhm.
And but obviously, according to some weight classes, that don't matter, right? Because you're going to eventually wrestle them anyways. So, but I'd say more for like repitch purposes in case they end up falling to someone, but they know that person could wrestle back and end up getting those W's that get them pulled back in the repage and all that stuff. Because that's how Real Woods ended up taking bronze. I think he had a bad draw, ended up losing, but that guy ended up wrestling all the way back. I can't remember specifically how Real Woods got to his bronze off the top of my head, but and how about old Helen for our gals? Still just figuring out a way to get gold, man. After all these years, just what a treat! What an old salty vet. Props to her. Congratulations to her. Also, Kennedy Blades ended up battling back for bronze, if I remember correctly, too. So, good World
I
Championships.
can't think of the word or how to actually pronounce it because it's foreign.
But
I don't think you're pronouncing that word correctly.
repage,
Repechage.
repechage. Oh, sorry. Did I say
Repechage.
repage? Like a
Repage. And
noob?
I was like, what the fuck is he? I think he thinks that.
Repechage.
I was like,
It's
am I the
repechage. That's
jackass? I had to Google
no,
it to
no,
be
no, no.
like, am I the jackass right now?
That's all right. Yeah,
Repechage in rowing and other
repechage.
sports, a contest in which the best placed of those who failed to win heats compete for a place in the final. Repechage.
Repechage. Yep. Oops, little daisies. That's my fault. So,
Fun fact.
fun fact. Yeah. Learn your pronunciations.
So shout out to Eaglestone Boxing Club going 2-0 over in Libby, Montana tonight. These guys, Tyler and Cam, won with very dominant performances. We love to hear it. There are more
Good.
fights tomorrow night in Spokane, and I'm gonna head out and support these guys. And then I'm off to Denver to train next weekend. So
Ooh,
can't
there
wait.
you
Yeah,
go.
we just a lot of pieces in motion right now for this fight camp, and
Yeah.
I also love watching fights. So anytime that I can get out and support some teammates, like, let's go.
Exactly. Cease MMA. Is that where you're heading off to, or were you heading off?
Yep, we're going down to Cease MMA. We're gonna head.
Hopefully, I pronounced that one correctly.
Yeah, I actually think it's Sice or Seth.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think it's Sice. But I'm gonna go down there, do the incline, hit up some other trail runs, just sleeping at elevation for a week or two, and we're gonna get some stuff done. So I'm definitely I'm trying to hit another level because I hope what's taking so long is the name that they're gonna let me beat the fuck out of. So Bare Knuckle, please tell me you're gonna let me beat him up. Let's go.
Yeah. Plot twist, it's a her. That's fucked. All right. I couldn't resist. Anyway, speaking of resisting, how about with college football? A couple of good games coming up there. Telling you, right in the AM, a couple of ranks. Texas Tech at Utah. It seems like Utah is one of those programs that kind of seems a little underrated, and especially when they were tucked up there in the Pac-12. Texas Tech has kind of been a little bit of the up and rising. Obviously, we know Texas Tech with all Patrick Mahomes as well too. That should be a pretty interesting one. Both 3-0. Good, no better way to kick off a Saturday at morning there and all that stuff. So another little battle between Auburn and Oklahoma.
Are you doing
Auburn
a
being
college
ranked.
Sunday slate on me? Are you trying to slip it in?
No,
he's slipping in a new Sunday slate.
No. I never picked a winner. I'm just saying a couple games to check out for the casual college connoisseur such as myself too. I do know there's a lot of people that have a good passion for college sports in general compared to pro sports. To each their own.
Let's cook a quick little a low risk parlay for college ball.
Low risk lay for the kegs and eggs. Yeah. Can we throw the Grizz in there?
I mean,
and you got another great battle with number 9 Illinois, number 19 Indiana.
Clemson versus Syracuse. Wisconsin versus Maryland.
I was going to say, stay away from Clemson.
Risk.
Yeah, I was going to say, stay away from Clemson.
We could go to Arkansas versus Memphis, minus 263 versus plus. I don't know.
What, Arkansas versus Memphis right now? I guess if anything, I'd pick Arkansas, right? Are they favored or?
Yeah, they're favored at minus 263. Let's do a big name school going against a fucking.
So you want Notre Dame against Purdue?
I was told not to. Wait.
No, I told you Clemson.
2,800. No, I'm not putting that monstrosity on.
I didn't look at it, so that's my fault. Yeah.
Are they going to cover the spread?
I don't know. It is Purdue football. As a person who went to Purdue myself, clearly.
Oh, I meant Vanderbilt. Isn't it Vanderbilt that we want them to cover the spread?
Oh, yeah. I don't know about that one. I mean, I just say in the sense of,
BYU versus East Carolina. I'll take a BYU. Fuck it. That's a minus 105.
Okay.
Miami, Florida versus Florida. That's probably not a good rivalry game to put on a low risk parlay.
Yeah, I'd still go with Miami.
Yeah. All right. That's a plus 156. Here we go.
Yeah, what's that put? Yeah.
We have Arkansas. So the college kegs and egg parlay of the week.
Yeah.
We're going to go Arkansas at minus 263, BYU at minus 240, Miami, Florida at minus 325. This 3-pick parlay, low risk, plus 156. Let's go. You want to
You
do a
wanna
fourth pick?
wanna add on?
Oh, I hate
This
this.
is
We're gonna
probably
fucking end up. Arkansas is gonna shit themselves.
no. Because
No, they're
unfortunately,
not.
I think I'm doing the homer pick. I'm gonna go UW over WSU. University
Minus
of Washington.
1800.
Is it minus 1800?
Wait, is it Washington versus Washington State?
Yeah,
Which one is your guys? Washington or
UW.
Washington? Well, it doesn't say. So University of Washington. Okay, yeah, University of Washington is minus 1800.
Oh, okay, that's
That
stupid.
helps me. Hey, that got me an extra. It went from plus 120 or plus 140 to plus 170.
There you go. All right, get rid of that one and put Utah in there.
Utah. Vanderbilt is a minus 5500. That's insane.
Yeah, especially with the way they've been playing this year.
Vanderbilt. Wait, who'd you say to put in?
Utah.
Just Utah. I don't know where Utah is. Hold up. Utah.
The first game. Utah versus Texas Tech.
There's a bunch of freaking games on here. They're
Oh yeah.
printing
This
money.
is probably one of the reasons why people love college sports too. Just so many games happening at once.
All right, here I'm gonna re-say the kegs, the parlay. All right, the kegs and eggs parlay of the week. We have Arkansas at minus 263, BYU at minus 240, Miami, Florida at minus 325, and Utah minus 165. This 4-pick semi-low risk parlay plus 311. Let's get it.
Shall we call that one the kegger?
The kegger parlay of the week. Let's do it.
I like it.
The kegger parlay. Cool. That's enough
Guys,
land for
kegger.
me. Fuck. I'm placing it.
There you go.
It's placed. Oh, it's hot.
Yeah. Love it. And speaking of hot, let's just go and do Tweaks 20. Like I said, even throughout this too, I've been thinking about it. But hopefully this time it's better than last week, right? So I'm telling you, with that said, first one I got definitely Dallas minus 1.5. Because again, I think they're going to win. I just think they're going to win. Maybe somehow the Bears end up making this another close game, but if anything, it'll be within a field goal, right? But I couldn't imagine Dallas winning only just by 1 point. I mean, unless somehow something bizarre happens, right? Like a missed PAT or something crazy like that. So I got Cowboys minus 1.5. I got the Chargers minus 2.5. Again, division rivalry game. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a field goal game, but field goal in and of itself. So minus 2.5. I like that. I got the Raiders Commanders under 43.5. Raiders aren't looking that good offensively. Washington, obviously, with their backup QB. An older defense. And then obviously the Raiders defense isn't, but nothing crazy. I mean, crazy enough with Max Crosby and all that stuff, but I think it's enough for them to get that under. Give me the Rams plus 3.5. I wouldn't be surprised they end up winning that game outright in of itself too. And then we're going to just end up with, I think for some reason, this is the third week in a row. I'm going to go with Jacksonville minus 1.5. I think Jacksonville ends up winning this game outright. Again, we wouldn't be surprised if it's a field goal game, but I think Jacksonville ends up sneaking it away. So once again, Jacksonville minus 1.5, Rams plus 3.5, Raiders Commanders under, Chargers minus 2.5, and Cowboys minus 1.5 for that one. Now, I don't know what the math is on that one. I could imagine it being pretty decent. And who knows if you get in some bonuses. I know the past couple of weeks there's been like 20%, 30% applied. So you can get pretty close to being between 500, 600 on that one. So
yeah, the what's it called? Montana Sports Bet, correct?
Yep.
Be
I basically.
watching. It probably won't happen too soon, but be watching Montana Sports Bet. You will see a familiar face in the commercials.
Mhm.
I don't know when they're going to be released, but they're going to be pretty sick. Shout out to Paris Bread. He's an absolute master on the camera. It's ridiculous. So shout out to
Absolutely.
him.
Yeah. Just another great week. Um, a lot of anticipated matchups that probably could have been a little better that aren't as good. Like I could have imagined if there was a McCarthy and Burrow playing against each other. I'm sure if they were both playing, I probably would have done the over.
Mhm.
Obviously, you got even with the Raiders and the Commanders, would have been nice to see Jaden Daniels against that team. Um, I'm trying to get this one on through. Obviously, it seems like a lot of teams are banged up, and I know it's the NFL. You got to deal with injuries, but some of these injuries are kind of mounting up a little bit. So, um, nonetheless, should be another great week.
Yeah.
A lot of those totals, the over unders, are really starting to tighten up. Really, I don't even think. I think what was it? The Bills was over like 50 and a half, 51 and a half. Yeah, the only other one is 53 and a half with the Lions and Ravens. I think the next closest one is the Cowboys and Bears. They're at four minus or they're at plus minus 49 and a half. So, yeah, a lot of 40s, mid 40s.
Mhm.
Pretty popular too. Makes it pretty tough, but nothing that we can't tackle. There's no doubt about it. Come on. Pun intended. Oh man, that was beautiful.
Sorry,
But
I've almost lost. Like this gives me a perfect segue. I'm sitting here ready for bed. The recovery on the native grown is insane. Like I'm holding on to white runts. This isn't even their best strain, and we're sitting at 34.19%. It doesn't get better than native grown. So if you're near Billings, all along the high line, Charlo, there's actually I can honestly have no shame in saying there's too many locations. Google it, find the closest one, and go get the best weed in the state. Not for tweak though.
yeah, gotta squeeze clean
It,
lemon for work.
it's so hilarious because it's like I have the common courtesy of puff puff and then you pass, and tweak the whole weekend down in Billings was no, thank you. No,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
Thank you for being so polite. It's just like,
Yeah.
Kai, figure it the fuck out, please.
Well, yeah, like I said, the pop up passes. It's a good habit to get into, right? I won't ever argue that, right?
Right.
But
But yeah, nonetheless,
yeah,
hell yeah, I think we did great. I think we have some good looking parlays, and I'm gonna
yep.
probably not be as brave from here on out. I do want to keep it at just doubling your money because I have a plan. I have a plan because I did something special. That's why I'm even using a different site just so I could start with something specific, so I could end with something specific. So this week is definitely a little. It'll help me get ahead, but it's risky.
Yeah, no doubt. And I'm sure it'll still be doing better than someone's last week. That's for sure. But I'm
Yeah.
telling you, the bucket hat's back and especially primed with the logo too.
Mhm.
I, I think it's time to get rocking and rolling.
Look at
You
this.
just can't.
I'm gonna have to give you the black one because the guy kind of looks like you, but it's Ugly Golf
Yeah.
Co. And
Oh,
shout out to those guys. And yeah, go check them out. See what else they have to offer. With that being said, real quick, I would like to shout out Sing Contracting. If you are in Montana or North Dakota, get yourself a roof, siding, gutters, call them up and they will get you an estimate as soon as possible, as well as Kirgo. Use code King Kai and go make some bets. We gave you how many different parlays? Four, five? 4 or 5, 4
I
plus the
mean,
Sunday slate,
yeah,
4 plus
exactly.
the Sunday slate. So go out to Kirgo.com, use code KingKai, and place your bets. This is not financial advice.
Just
That's all I
suggestions.
got. That was
Yeah,
good.
no,
That was
you
good.
just can't argue it. Yeah, that's one of the beautiful things I like about the old Sunday slate. I do the whole Sunday. Some people do want to parlay a Thursday, Sunday, Monday night one. Some people, let's just stick to the AM, right? And some people, they do better in the PM, right? And then you'll always just mix and match, right? You can always do one pick. You can do two. You can do 12. Just saying. So, however, you can always mix and match. That's the beautiful thing about betting and all that stuff. So, I tell you what, I think that's about getting to the nitty gritty there on my end and all that. I think I'm all betted out for the time being. So now I just got to figure out a way to actually put the bets in there at some point. So, but
Well,
nonetheless,
cool. I appreciate it.
absolutely as always.
I guess usually I'm the one that's late, so I was literally about to apologize for me to being late, but now I can be like, Tweak, you were fucking late.
Yeah,
No, that
new season, new dilemmas, baby.
I was seriously, legitimately, I swear, about to apologize for being late. Holy fuck.
No, I was going to say, I appreciate everyone's tolerance for sticking through this episode, especially being set back pretty much an hour, which ironically, I did say 8 o'clock. I guess I meant,
Pacific
Pacific
standards.
time. Yeah, Pacific Standard Time, not Mountain Standard Time.
Well, yeah. Well, we're going to try something new. I'm going to try to get some reels released. If you guys see them, please like, comment, and share. Get the podcast out there. We also try to spread just, good Montana sports news. Other news, we'll get it posted throughout, but we tend to stay around sports, puffing it, pouring it. We love this shit, man. So like, comment, share, and be sure to tell your friends.
At Poor Puff Predict, all lowercase, no spaces, no worries. So,
We have the YouTube up and running now, huh?
yes, now that someone decided if I could figure it out, huh? Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing. So, yeah, I finally, like I said, we're getting there. We're getting that ball rolling, and that's the beautiful thing about exponential growth. It's eventually going to hit a point, and it's lift off.
But yeah, so with that said, thank you guys for tuning in, and we have back to Tweakaford.
Absolutely. Back to me to say fairly well and goodbye, good night. Once again, I'm Tweak, and that's Kai. I'm Port, he puffs it, and we predict it. Have a good night, everyone.